G'day guys, welcome to Mailbag Review for Moonee Valley on the 25th of August. Nick, how are you, my man?
Good, Dicko.
We've had a long week together, you and I, haven't we?
Yeah, it's been a big week.
Alright, before we get started, off the top, we have a brand new sort of product thing we're going to launch this week. It's the 5 for 5 Mailbag Podcast membership. The Vic preview and review YouTube show, like you're watching right now, will remain exactly the same as it is, but we are going to offer you're going to get 5 podcasts. You get a midweek preview for Vic Racing, which will be myself with probably Drew. That'll be every single week on a Tuesday night or Tuesday afternoon. It'll be recorded, and every podcast that if you subscribe will be delivered to you via email. You get a Perth review with Pete and Dates over there in WA. You'll get a Perth preview, which will be on a Thursday or a Friday with Pete and Dates. You get a Sydney review podcast, which will be Drew and Rob mainly. I'll be doing some of them. Maybe all of us will get on it.
Which will probably be good for the next few weeks, as there's some good horses.
Yeah, well,
stepping out in Sydney.
Drew's had a death in the family, so he's sort of off the team for the week. He's on the bench as he deals with all of that. I'll be after this getting on Skype with Rob, and we'll be doing our first one. So really key to get the gold in the membership is going to be getting stuff from Pete, Rob, and I from the yard.
Yeah, really.
Especially like on a Wednesday and stuff like that. You'll get a Saturday. The third show will be a Saturday pre-game pod. So it'll be Pete, myself, and Drew. Maybe others. See what happens. It'll be whilst I'm on the way to the races. Pete's sort of getting ready to go to the races, and Drew's in the office setting everything up for the team. Get everything like what's happening with the market, which horses we're sort of looking for, as we've had like another 2 days to do the form. I think that pod's gonna be really valuable, and there'll be that's it. So midweek preview, Perth preview and review, Sydney review, and a Saturday pre-game pod. So that's up on the website. Please give it a try. It's a 14-day free trial. This is a sort of way to try and bring in a little bit more for the business, to expand a little bit. We've got a few ideas we want to do. So hopefully this is a winner. Now, we're just going to focus mainly on Moonee Valley, but we will touch on some things up north which have interested young Nicholas here.
Yes, I have. All
right, before I start too, young Nicholas here is becoming my main trials man. He and Matt Welsh. Spot on early. Spot on.
Yeah.
Do you want to give any of your secrets away, or just keep it up your sleeve?
I don't know if I have any secrets.
So when I'm talking about him on a preview show, it's generally come from him.
I think if you do the work with them and you know the horses, it becomes easy after a while.
It's a great edge. It's like one of the...
It is, and edges. The market does react to trials, especially early, very early. A lot of trials watchers can get on early, and they, like we've seen it today with that.
Yeah, there was a movers fill up yesterday. The movers has had a fucking huge week. There is one spot left on the movers too, so get involved. Venice... Merchant of Venice, was it?
Oh, yep.
Yeah, spotted in the trials. Benny Mellon, Jason Warren. Ticks a few boxes. $10 into like 6 late, I think.
It's a good win too.
It pissed him. I was actually at a lunch, got in trouble for watching it, but it was good.
Right, let's get cracking. Race 1, 1200 metres, open. Marius was the winner. On top from Mounting Mail?
Yeah, we backed Marius and Tulip from the yard. We had Ashlaw in there. I penned Iconoclasm from the yard, which was a pretty scary way to start the day, because as soon as the last 5 minutes, all they wanted to do was back Iconoclasm. Yeah,
well, we found the jump out for him, and he did jump out very well.
I think he wasn't ready to win.
Out there at Coleraine, I think
I believe the stable backed him, but I still don't think he was there to win. I think he'll improve dramatically from that run. He's got a lot of improvement to come. Ashlaw's a total forgive, which is why Oliver's got 8 weeks. But I think it's a pretty good indication that there's going to be a nice on-pace Valley when Oliver...
See, I didn't really like Ashlaw. I thought that was the end of him.
I thought you had to respect him because he was the likely leader, and we were tipping it on pace.
Yeah, but like he got to the right part of the track, he sort of whacked away.
Oliver's come across.
Oh, did you?
And he snicked him. He had to snick him.
Okay.
I'll totally forgive Ashlaw here.
I'm happy to pen him going forward.
I reckon he might have one more left in him.
This was a weird race because I thought sort of that last, like 200, Iconoclasm maybe knocked up, but he probably hasn't. He's run the fastest last 200 on the day, which is weird, because to the tapes it sort of looked like he wasn't really doing a whole lot there, but like I suppose we touched on the track, it was an advantage to probably be closer to the rail. I don't know if it was so much leader bias, but that's generally where all the leaders are. They're going to be racing on the rail. There was horses that did make ground up along the rail, but the good thing about that was the track manager did say it's going to race this way.
I can't understand all the criticism of the track.
Well, especially
they
not
told you what it was going to do.
Especially not from punters, because there's a few horses in the field that you can pen straight away.
It's gold.
Yeah, they're good days to
track
bet on.
Track bias is like umpiring in AFL. You just want it to be consistent for the day.
So yeah, they're good days to bet. You just have to adjust.
Yeah.
If you can adjust early and you can figure out the pattern early, you would have had a pretty good day.
You know, I thought Iconoclasm, the horse to follow from race 1.
Definitely,
Marius was right, really, really forward. Great horse. Race 2. How far was that one? 1600 metres, benchmark 78. Pretty low race, I thought.
Yeah, there's probably not a whole lot to touch on here. Strike Force led and won. There's a lot of intent there from Lockie King to get to the lead.
Pretty good ride by Lockie.
Yeah, I thought, given the circumstances on the day, it's probably how he had to ride the horse, and he was probably the only really natural on-speed horse in the race. There wasn't a whole lot of other horses that were going to try and contest him for the lead.
The ride on Mr. Individual beggars belief.
No good.
No good. It's jumped with them.
It's just
on a leader biased track. It's ended up like 6th last.
Yeah. Well, I can see your point there, but
well, there's jockeys on the day like digging horses up to get them in the right spot.
Which
and
is
here
what
we have a guy who doesn't want to be near the front. The horse has got its head up the whole way around. He had spurs on Benny Allen here, which he doesn't do.
Which shows intent.
Serious intent. Odd ride. I'm tipping 100% that it was the stable's direction, not Benny Allen's. But
yeah.
God, the tactics here were just odd.
Well, they got a pretty good time of out in front early, Strike Force, and then we're just watching the replay now. Like, it was a bit hard ridden here, but he just kept going in that best part of the track. Horse I thought that was probably the run of the race was the Avenger. Had probably no chance to win from where he was. He was one of the few horses on the day to make really good ground from out wide. It's not a horse I've generally found because he's always pretty well respected in the market, but off this run, the horse is obviously saying that he's going well. I'm pretty sure you had him in the numbers there.
Can't remember.
I'll get it up. But yeah, I thought he was a good run, maybe one to follow. Romanesque was good first up.
He was heavily backed here, eh? Like,
he's a weird horse. He's pretty big. So like, I followed him most of last prep, but I didn't think he was ready to win in sort of any of
well
those
muscled
races.
but fat.
Yeah, he's a big horse. And he's a free sweater. So from the mounting yard, he's probably not the ideal horse to find, but he did run well, and there was some big money for him. But I'd be sceptical of the run because he did get into the best part of the track there. Still a good run, but he's probably more a horse 3rd, 4th up that can be.
I think you found the run though. The Avenger's the one to keep an eye on going
But he's
forward.
probably, it's a bit of a flashing light. I think people could find him for that.
That's the trouble, isn't it? But Mr. Individual could really turn it around. He's given no chance of winning. And that's the sort of run that's just ignored.
There's a lot of runners on the day that have very much forgive runs going forward. Like even like Paramoose Boy here probably had no chance. Like there's a lot of runners like him on the day that if you're finding him in their next runs.
Which is the real art of it, isn't it, going forward, is how harsh you are on horses that were suited and how forgiving and allowing you are going forward of horses that weren't suited. Often I think you do too much of the latter. Like they couldn't win on pace, so next start it's a good thing. It's not. It's definitely, you need to give it a couple of points above where it's finished, but not.
Oh, 100%. It's all relative.
All right, race 3. Oh, this is gold. What was it? Race 3 was a
1200 metres, fillies. Sort of kicking myself for this when you set it out on top. I didn't even back it. I didn't mind the trial.
I was sickened by this. I was disgusted in your behaviour.
Yeah, it was.
I told you directly in person.
It was not good.
How were you feeling when it was like
in fairness,
what were you thinking to yourself?
I didn't get involved in the race except for I just had a few multis with Maltasia in them, which I assume, like most punters, cost me a bit of money. But not a whole lot to get involved. But it would have been a good result if she had won. This is a big win by Sweet Rocket. Sat pretty much 3 wide the trip on a day where it was a big advantage to be...
Yeah, if we're saying
really
fence is
wild.
hot, she should have won by 3 or 4 lengths.
Yeah, but she was on pace. But again, like, it's a pretty decent win.
Gets a head up here because Michelle's snicking it slightly. But she has tried pretty hard to lose this race.
Yeah, smart horse.
I think the horse has got a lot of ability.
The query for mine with the race is probably how bunched the finish was. I did the tapes I watched this race a few times, and the more I watched it, the more this thing that you're watching now in the red and white probably should have gone close to winning. Mystic Journey, who was absolutely flogged by Brutal the week while the last start it had.
Still not out.
Like, it probably should have got within a half length of the 2 horses who were fighting the finish out, Multaja, Sweet Rocket, if it had that similar run to Kinky Boom, which makes me put a huge question mark on the form line. For the day, the fillies went...
They're no good.
They didn't really even break benchmark here, which is a big concern. They were minus to the benchmark for what the grade, well, the track and distance and all those sort of things. So I couldn't be backing any of those fillies heading into 1,000 guineas. I couldn't be backing any filly at the moment going towards 1,000 guineas from Melbourne. I think they're all very even.
I think Sweet Rocket's a nice horse.
Like, we were touching on it before, like Multaja from the Mounting Yard, I still thought, compared to horses like Kinky Boom...
Kinky Boom was extremely forward.
And it's
but it's still run pretty well considering
it looks like
pattern.
a colt compared to a horse like Multaja, who, to my eye, sort of still looks like it's a 2-year-old against the 3-year-olds.
Yeah, but
she's got a lot of improvement to come.
Yeah, but she wasn't at the top either. I think Multaja can be followed. I do agree she's a small thing, but it doesn't mean she's going to be slow.
Nah, yeah.
Yeah, but Mystic Journey's the one here that's big run. It's a big run.
I don't know what we can follow her into though. So from the race, I'd be looking at
Belzella on Penning. It was heavily backed, paraded awesome. We backed it from the yard. We backed it and the winner. It was suited and did nothing. But I think Mystic Journey can be followed. I think Bar.
Kinky Boom was a good run. Didn't have the pattern in favour.
Just very forward though, like really forward. So Kinky Boom, I'm really keen to see what it does next 2 starts. And
she does look like a miler.
Then that's probably
Crystal Eyes probably a bit of forgive there. She looked like she wanted more ground off the jump outs.
Crystal Eyes, yeah, she's got stacks of improvement left.
Alright, race 4, 2,500 metre benchmark 78. This was a bit of a non-event, wasn't it? Once Tiffany's last got the front.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. It's such a boring shit race.
Just led in one, had an absolute picnic. Like we said, if you could adjust the day and just back the leaders, you would have.
Yeah, but they most of the leaders have gone really quick. Like they've earned the lead. Like positive tactics were rewarded.
She did to somewhat.
Yeah. Relative to the grade of this race, she went pretty quick. Often.
There's a few...
Or there'd be sections during these longer races on the day, where I'm watching the sections as they run, and they were walking. So they'd work for the lead, then they'd walk, and every other jockey would just go, yep, have it a walk.
Yeah, like 12 to 1,000, 12,
yeah, like,
12
it's
8.
just like
she's
you're
running...
not going to catch them. You probably wouldn't catch them if it was like a fair track.
Yeah.
It's not just the grass which creates these like on-pace days. When you a staying race with pretty slow horses, and you're letting a horse walk around the back of the course and then pick up its tempo,
yeah,
it's not easy to catch.
Yeah, well, a lot of these.
I stayed out of this race and filled up in play on that particular race. But it's just
what was in play like there on Saturday? Because like the leaders do trade a lot shorter than SP or in play.
It was alright. I didn't do a heap. Like I backed Sweet Rocket.
Yeah.
And then in the race, I just sort of shit myself a bit and just. There's no way I'm backing it in the run.
Nah, yeah.
But I thought I'm not backing Multaja, and I was already on Belzella. So when they're cornering, for example, I just more use in play to like save myself.
Yeah.
So when they're cornering, I'm like, well, I'm on the 2 horses at odds. I don't want any Multaja at the price, like because they were offering $1.30, $1.20.
Only one to maybe fall off those horses meet each other again from that Stays race. Probably Bling Dynasty now had the 2,500 metre run and did have to do a fair bit of work to get into the race. Apart from that, they take on the open sort of greater horses. I'd be taking them on hard.
Yeah.
Which is probably what they'll have to do in the coming months, unless they drop back to midweek grade.
Race 5, 1200 metres, benchmark 84.
Good result here. Good result.
Needed it. No, we didn't need it, actually. But it was good. This thing was travelling the whole way.
Yeah, I backed it, and then you sent the text through, and I backed it again. So that was definitely a good result at 10s.
There was a bit of $12 around pre-mounting yard.
Yeah.
Then it went into sort of 9s on the fair. Then it went back out again. It was interesting. It scared me late. The late drift, I was like, oh.
As soon as it got to where it did in the run, I was just thinking a long way out that this is the winner.
Yeah, but this is the on-page thing. Like, there was nothing wrong with Summer Sham in the yard. Quite forward.
The problem with
On
Summer
pace,
Sham is
on the
she's
fence.
no good.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
She'll never
it
win
wasn't
a
like if
Saturday
you
race.
landed on the rail, you won.
No, it's true. Yeah, I'd be happy to pen her in whatever she goes to. I don't think she's nowhere near the class. She probably won the worst, sort of on the figures, the worst fillies race of near the season. So look, yeah, happy to pen her going forward. She had every favour.
Overstep disappointing. Slow away though. But
Yeah, but it's sort of not the track that's going to suit her at all.
I thought inside draw Waller kicked up, but it missed the kick.
Half missed a jump.
I reckon this is a pretty nice horse. This is the most impressive walk I saw all Saturdays.
Yeah, I wasn't surprised you found it, looking at it in the mounting yard. Free-hearted's gone okay, considering pattern wasn't really in her favour there.
Stacks to come. The thing's been left out like
She can probably
cold, freezing paddy since it won at Sandown. I couldn't get over the why is it favourite.
Oh, I liked it.
It's coming off midweek.
Yeah, but like these horses probably aren't that much better than that, really. Shakora had no luck back on the inside, and then Run Gypsy Run did come home in good sectionals, but
I think it can be followed. That thing's in foal.
not really.
Yeah, big girl.
So yeah, maybe I don't know. It's another one of those races. I think you just got to sort of really take a line through what they were doing there. Sort of going into their next runs.
Yeah.
Like all the horses that were suited in that, they're probably going to meet each other again, which is makes things interesting.
Are you focusing heavily on SPs out of that meeting?
Not really. Just because of the bias.
Yeah.
So like horses that were hard in the market, like say there, a horse like Free-Hearted probably had no chance of winning, and she was the favourite.
Yeah.
Horse like Overstep, once she got to where she was, probably the same. Summer Sham had every chance of winning, and she was $7.50.
Yeah.
And she ran terrible. So not focusing on it huge, but it is something I do look at a lot.
Okay, race 6 was a 2,040 metre open race. This was a good race. I reckon we had the biggest day ever on Mounting Yard Mail, just about, but I'm probably happiest with what I did here. We stayed out, but I suggested having a small bet on our Venice Beach to win the Melbourne Cup. I reckon its run's huge. It's a quality type.
Run of the day.
And just got to pray to God that that's where they're going.
Well, where else are they going to go?
Well, they took a horse from this race to the Metro in Sydney last year.
Would that be Foundry?
Yeah.
Was it the winner?
I don't know.
This horse is a lot better than Foundry. You look at its form overseas, it was beat by a horse called Cracksman. It was one of the better horses overseas, if not the best horse. I'm not huge on the overseas form, but
I got no idea about it. I just rang Drew. I said, where would this horse be going? I think it's really, really good. And could it win the Melbourne Cup? I said, Melbourne Cup, yes. Melbourne Cup or Caulfield Cup, and it could win either. It's a good horse.
From the yard, again, we were touching on it sort of, I think we were talking about it the other day actually, it wasn't on any show or anything, but these horses, they're not coming back in the way they used to, the Team Williams. This horse probably still had a fair bit of improvement.
Yeah, but it was glowing in the coat.
But it looked really good.
Yeah, just a powerful, athletic, healthy thing, yeah.
Healthy.
I really like the horse.
I backed him at 50 to 1 for the Cup. I think he's into 30 to 1 now. I heard from the stable they're 3 to 4 weeks between runs. I reckon they'll probably head towards the Bart Cummings.
They are going Melbourne Cup though.
Well, if he heads towards a Bart Cummings, you're ballot exempt into a Melbourne Cup.
That's my boy.
So, yeah, it was a big run by him. I think he's near run of the day. You even saw him down the side there when Trap for Fools really went again. He came off the bit and had to sort of chase a bit. And I thought, oh, you could be sort of wanting a bit late here. And a few of like Packardali and Co might sort of come over the top of you late. That wasn't the case at all. Just as we
What are you doing with Pakadali?
bring up the sectionals, well, he pulled up lame again.
There was a bit of a mess before they jumped. Do you remember that?
Yeah, he didn't want to still
He jumped sideways.
still jump, but like he was getting up in the air. He was trying to sit down in the barriers.
He's got more issues than my ex-missus, that all. I'll tell you. Like, you just like her. You just never know what are you going to do, because you're capable of really good performance,
Yeah, I think
but you're also capable of just ruining
Trap for Fools
down the punt.
Trap for Fools was suited in this race, but this is a pretty good win, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I think if he goes,
But again, this is a race where they walked sections.
If he goes towards a race like the
fuck?
naturalism,
Why are you letting him do that? I thought the horse was heavy and it had bar plates on, so it's definitely got improvement. I thought.
yeah, I think he can get to the race like a Caulfield Cup if he has to win his way in. I think he can do that over these 2,000 metre trips.
What are you doing, fantastic?
Hey, he had every possible, didn't he?
Yeah, and it's fantastic condition.
He probably is near the end of his prep then, wouldn't he be?
I think he must be.
He hasn't been up too long, but it is his first Australian prep. He'll only come back better next prep. Sikandarabad was good from the back, but yeah, the horse I really want to follow from this meeting is the Alberta speech.
That makes me smile so much because I don't do futures bets almost ever, and we're on here.
Yeah, this is a good. I think he can win his race. I think he can get to the race. Don't know whether on the day he'll be the one I want to be with.
Yeah, but who cares? You got like $100 on it at like $61. Yeah. You're in a great position to start betting.
I don't think he'll start $51 in the Melbourne Cup.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, race 7, Brutal, Mackenzie Stakes.
I reckon.
What do we make?
The horse has got more to come. Did what he had to do.
He's a nice horse.
Stuck his head down, chased the line, which I liked. Dodgy race. I was disappointed with Leonardo da Vinci. Wish Craig was a little bit more aggressive early. But we backed it each way in the end from the yard, so we still won on the race, but it was disappointing. How good do you think Brutal is? Because there's a lot of part-timers tipping him as the next best thing in racing.
I think he's the best Melbourne colt.
Okay.
Don't think what he did on Saturday on the figures is a good indication of what he can do. Definitely don't think Moonee Valley was his track. You saw him wobble around.
Yeah, I was going to say that. I think
he wobbled around the corner. I don't think the second horse is too bad either. Like, a lot of people will be taking the form line that...
Yeah, but it's worked its arse off to lead. Like...
Yeah, but a lot of people will be taking the form like it did win at Cranbourne, but it could be better than people think, which, if it is, it only gives Brutal's run more credit. Yeah, but in terms of the horses we've seen going towards maybe a Caulfield Guineas, he's probably the top pick for mine in Melbourne. But I want to take $5 in the Caulfield Guineas now. No, I'd rather bet on the day.
Yeah.
Don't think that's the smart. If you're not on at the price yet, don't get on now. You're better off just waiting for the day. And then again, the way he won here, they might not even go there. Like, if he goes to 1400 and runs third, doesn't look like he runs the trip out, they could just freshen him up for a Coolmore. So it's not like they're intent on going there.
He's an impressive, sort of imposing animal. Athletic, built, bit of a presence to him when he walks. I think he's got improvement in him. Yeah, I'm not sure what trip he's going to get. I'm really not sure.
Horse I want to follow here is Ocean Knight. He's around $26 in the Guineas markets
You were
now.
pretty big on his trial, weren't you?
Went very well in the trials. This horse is flying. I just don't think 1200 he was suited here. Got home late. Third best last 200 of the meeting.
Thank God he didn't get home that well though, because we only just held on for third there with Leonardo da Vinci.
Yeah, this was a big run by him. I think if there's a horse we can be following into a race like the Guineas, he is a miler, if not further. He's the miler of these sort of bunch. Leonardo da Vinci will also run a mile, but I think this is the one from this race we want to be following. If you're looking to have a futures bet on the Guineas, $26 him. I think that's quite appealing. I reckon he could turn the tables on a horse like Brutal if Brutal doesn't quite run out that 1400.
Yeah, okay.
But Brutal does deserve to be favourite wherever they meet next.
Yep.
Especially if it is 1200. 1400, there's probably not that big gap, but I think they're the two Melbourne colts.
Okay. Well, there's no Stewart's vision for race 8. Race 8, 1,000 metres, Good race this, eh? Good race.
You reckon?
Yeah, I do. They backed Kulitsa later from the yard. Wasn't ready. Haydock was not near ready to win. Super 2 was. It's knuckled at the start, totally forgiving the run, ignoring it. Mr. Sneaky is forward. The run was really good. I think he can be followed. Fatnar, we backed from the yard. I thought it walked enormous. I think it's got improvement to come. It's run big time for the day, has it not?
Yeah, it's one of the best figure of the day.
So I think I think the only thing that makes it all a bit dodgy is Sunday Escape running so well. But
well, that's track pattern, isn't it? A horse is going to be...
How many lengths do you give? Like, it does make the race a bit...
It's going to be on speed. Stevie Baster is always going to be intent there. He just kept on in the best part of the track.
Yeah. Oh, I think Mr. Sneaky Haydock can be
like
followed.
On his day, he has...
Kulitsa followed big time. I think it's going to be a good race going forward despite Sunday Escape.
Yeah, I wouldn't be looking to follow. He had everything in his favour. That's probably as good as he can go.
Yeah, and I'm totally forgiving Super 2 who knuckled badly at the start.
And she did pull up lame too, so that can't help. Yeah, I probably don't have a whole more to add there. Mr. Sneaky was good. He was the third.
That's probably more of an indication of how I use in-play betting. So we're back to Super 2 and Fatnar before they jumped, and I saw Super 2 knuckle. So I just trying to get everything I can out of it.
Yeah. No, smart play. Once she had knuckled, she had no chance. Trying to burn up and beat those...
Yeah, I actually laid it a little bit, which wasn't actually my intent. You've got to do it so quickly. But I'd much prefer to sort of have a neutral to a small loss on it after it's knuckled. You know, if it wins, it wins. But it's not the bet I wanted at the time.
Probably a forgive run. I had big doubts over her going into the race where she's that good.
Yeah, if you did doubt it though, I wouldn't be like sort of patting yourself on the back and saying it's not up to them.
No,
it might not be, but there's no way to conclusively draw anything from that run.
It's very inconclusive. It's a clear forgive.
Race number 9, the last 1,519 metres. This was a procession. This thing was off the map.
Good result here.
And it's just pissed in. You were heavy on this, weren't you?
Yeah, I was.
What do you call it? The biggest bet of your life?
You talked me out of it a little.
But you're already on, weren't you?
Yeah, I was on big, but I could have gone bigger. I was tempted, and then you were in the back of my mind saying, yeah, but he's not the most genuine horse. And
he's not genuine.
And I'm like, yeah, you could be right in that he could miss the start. He could just do everything wrong and get himself beat. He didn't do that.
They say it's like dramatically on pace day. This thing went sub 11 for a 200-metre section on the TV, it said. Like, that is fucking quick.
I wouldn't trust them.
Well, you got to at the time. I thought the Taj Mahal was perfect order. Rhythm to spare at top. Cool chap, as good as it's ever going to get. Master of Arts and Polot to say very heavy, can be followed. Suppressor was forward. Odeon's about 1 or 2 away. Hyam returned in good order. I think Malays and Odeon are the two I want to sort of keenest on next start.
This horse is just a winner. I'd be following him next start. I think he's backing up this week in Adelaide in the Penny Edition.
He'll be going in for me. Provided there's a little bit of depth to the race.
Really?
Fuck. Yeah, I'm sick of this horse.
No, this is a proper horse. I thought, all things in favour, this was the easiest bet on the day. He was always going to lead. The intent was there to always be in that spot. As much as Benny Allen's a good rider, I love Benny Allen, but Mark Zara's a freak. He's the best rider in Melbourne. Mark Zara got on.
Mark Zara, best in Melbourne.
Yeah. Best rider in Melbourne.
Very, very good. I wouldn't say best. But that's why it's just great about
there
this
was
game.
There was a lot of ticks there. I had a good bet at him. I thought he was always going to beat Night's Watch. I was scared of Night's Watch. He didn't end up running. I've backed Night's Watch for the Caulfield Cup at 100 to 1. There's still 100 to 1 out there. Take that price, punters. Because if he gets to the race, he will not start 100 to 1. He's got significant upside. Yeah, definitely take that price. I think he's like 26 some places. I think Bet Easy is 100 to 1 still. So definitely be getting on that price. Yeah, I'm happy to follow him for whatever he goes. He's just a winner, this horse. I think Weary's got the key to him now. What he was saying earlier.
What's the key?
Well, just to let him roll. Let him be happy. You can't restrain him.
Yeah. I reckon you're going to go broke backing him at like... He'll be $1.60 in Adelaide, won't he?
Well, he's going to a listed race. So there's going to be blokes like you taking him on. I think it'll be a similar price. There wasn't a whole lot there. The Taj Mahal went okay. He wasn't really suited.
Very forward.
Don't know what he goes to though.
Very forward. Horse to follow from the meeting, mate.
Our Venice Beach.
I'm with you, but I'll try and come up with another one. Iconoclasm.
Yeah, I was with Iconoclasm, the Avenger, Our Venice Beach, and probably the answer, my friend.
I agree.
Oh, and Ocean Night.
I agree with all four of them, bar the answer, my friend, who's very wound up and not genuine in my opinion.
He'll just keep winning. A few other things we've got to touch on.
Okay, you want to talk about Chautauqua. So what do you want to say about Chautauqua?
Well, I thought, given I've heard a lot of things in the media, so I thought we're a bit of a media outlet now. We've probably got to touch on it.
We like to be more of a results-orientated media platform, though, not like we don't want 90% of our content being about links and Chautauqua.
I understand that, but it's very much a talking point at the moment. Did you see the trial?
Yeah, I also saw about 400 to 500 people in the Moonee Valley members, which is concerning, cheering at home. Now, did they think it was a race? You heard it. Did you hear it?
No, I don't think they thought it was a race.
Did you hear it though?
Yeah, I did hear it, yeah.
Didn't think it's a race.
Well, when he missed the start, everyone was like, "Oh no!" And then once he got out of the barriers, everyone sort of went off a cheer. Yeah. Then when he went over the line, everyone went off a cheer.
Yeah, I'm not interested in it at all. But I think the poor thing should be.
All right, should they let it race off that?
No, it missed the kick by a mile, and it was pushed out and barely caught them. It was flogged. It should be at Living Legends with fucking might and power. Kicking back. It's cruel.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of it. I don't
know if it's cruel. I don't really care. I just don't think the horse wants to race. It's pretty evident.
He's just too smart. He's realised
how many times has he jumped out in the last 3 months?
I think there's been 6 times.
And he's failed 5 of them?
Yeah. He's got too smart for his own good.
He'll start fucking $20 in any race.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's still running the Everest. That was his first up run, that trial. That was the run. That's not a trial. That's the first up run for Chautauqua.
Yeah, but he missed the kick by a mile. He didn't jump.
Yeah, but like in terms of his fitness base and all that, he's not going to have his first up run.
I just think if you're watching it and you're thinking about betting on him ever, in the Everest, he won't be like 6 lengths last after he misses the kick.
I wouldn't be shocked
if 26 lengths last.
If he got into, I reckon they'll let him run in the Everest. It's not really a race.
Oh, it's a
completely different whole set of rules.
Hype up thing for racing. Come to the races for one day of the year in Sydney.
Good story.
Drink Pierce. Listen to like DJ Havana. Barely bet. Don't learn shit. And then go into the toilets and like it's a joke.
And then Avilius was a huge win there on Saturday. Got Glind and still won. So very good horse.
Where's he going? Metro,
$4. He'll win.
$4. You want to take it?
He'll start odds on if he gets there. No, he will get there.
Okay. Viewer questions. How long have we gone for? 33.
Viewer questions. There was only 3 of them.
Excuse me.
Memsy stacked. From Adam C. Definitely right.
Well, your brother's all over the Memsy.
I'll get the tweet up that he sent out. Vega Magic, Kementari, I think.
I can't wait to get there on Saturday.
It's going to be a good day of racing. The Heath's a really good race. There's plenty of good races there on the day. So,
Viewer questions. We've got a question about the Memsy stacked, yeah?
Yeah, the Memsy's...
Which way are you leaning?
Adam C. I think he said the Memsy stacked. Runners would be running Happy Clapper, Kementari, Vega Magic, Showtime, Grunt, Kingswell Dream, Blackheart Bart, Material Man from Perth, Mighty Boss, $1 for $1, maybe John Snow, maybe Hartnell.
John Snow, like that horse.
That's a serious race.
There odds up yet? There wouldn't be.
Not quite yet.
I think
I'm leaning Vega.
It depends who's riding Kementari, but it's Good
Glyn.
horse. Glyn?
Glyn's on.
Yeah, I'll probably just watch. Wait and see till the odds come out. I haven't got a clue. We've talked about Chautauqua, haven't we? Yeah, and you want to back that other thing of Vilius. What's the other questions? I've got a couple of emails predominantly about Michelle Payne, Sweet Rocket, and Jonathan Walsh. I enjoyed all of them. He was quick to text me, and I spoke to him. Spoke to him yesterday.
He wasn't there on Saturday, was he?
No, but he backed it.
Then.
He told me that he backed it because I sent it as a mover's bet.
Jeez.
So for all of Wishy's little pearls and Wishy's wisdom, he still backed it. He backed Michelle Payne.
Right, there's another one from Ben's Racing Tips. Was there much talk on track about how the track was playing in person? Did Brutal look just as good when he let go late?
There's always a lot. 70% of the conversation on track with other people who like properly punting is all about track play.
I didn't really talk to that many people.
Where you want to be, what position is suited best, etc., etc. I think it was fine. I don't understand all this hysteria about it. Do you?
Well, like Darren Weir saying what he said, I can understand why he said it, but it's not like this meeting.
$500 should just jump out.
It's not like this meeting has a lot
bringing
of
the game into
relevance,
disrepute, isn't he?
No, he's allowed to say it. I think
you're allowed to say negative things about the racing industry.
Well, he should be, in my opinion.
I agree, but there's been some precedents set where you can't.
I agree. We probably will get a fine.
Michelle Payne copped $500 for bagging Sandown. Remember?
Yeah. But in all seriousness, this meeting, apart from a few horses, it's not got a lot of relevance heading into the spring. Like, there wasn't a lot of horses here that were kicking off their spring campaigns.
Yeah, but Brutal will be running good races.
But he was still suited on the day.
The 3-year-old races will be good going forward.
Weary didn't have many runners on the day compared to, say, if it was next week and all those good horses back in Group 1 race day and the track was like it played this day.
Yeah, I think trainers need to, like punters, adjust to the situation and go from there. Like, it's an outdoor sport on grass. In Melbourne, it's cold and miserable most of the time here.
Yeah, I've heard the
pressure
track manager.
Pressure on these track managers is ridiculous.
I heard him on the radio and he made a good point. Like, what did you want him to do? Did you want him to make the inside so the inside was off so you could run on?
Yeah, but it's not making a fucking cake. He's mowing the lawn. Like,
yeah.
It's not as simple as.
It is what it is. If you adjusted on the day, you would have had a good day.
Well, it was the biggest day we've ever had. Anything our mail was. Anything else?
And Grant said, "Did you get the early quaddie?"
God no, I don't do quaddies.
Yeah,
not very often. I might start. I wouldn't have got. Wouldn't have got one of the legs anyway, and I wouldn't have got one of the legs in the big quaddie. In the normal quaddie.
What have we got coming up this week?
Okay, this week.
Wednesday.
You're very good for me. You keep me focused. Okay, Wednesday, Sandown and Belmont. Mountie up mail from both. If you sign up for the podcast membership, you'll be getting a podcast delivered to you via email for the Sandown meeting. You'll also be getting a podcast review of all the goings on at Belmont from the weekend just gone and Rose Hill just gone. Obviously Pete wasn't there on track, but I can tell you we did a dry run of the of how we do the Saturday morning one because it's the most tricky logistically.
And the pre-game.
Yeah, the pre-game chat. It was good. It was quite we would have got fucking banned off course. It went to air, but we tipped a lot of winners, and Pete especially was on fire. So it was really disappointing that he couldn't get on the track. But yeah, you get a preview for Wednesday. You get the review for Sydney and Perth just gone, and then on Thursday and Friday there'll be a stack of podcasts coming your way to help you try and win a little bit more than you are. That's it. And then Saturday we'll be at Caulfield for a fat meeting, and we'll have the usual Mailbag TV preview show up on YouTube. I'm not sure who'll be joining me. I think Wish wants to get involved again. It's great, man. He's excited. He thinks the people want him. So if you do want Walshy on, make sure you let him know because he needs that kind of support. All right, have a great week. Bye.